Here we go. We're in Black Horse Performance, which we'll explain while we're here.
A strange story has started to spread in the car world, and it sounds almost too big to be real. It connects a well-known car YouTuber, Matt Armstrong, with rumors of interest from powerful Chinese automotive companies. The claim is that a major Chinese group may have reached out to him after watching his viral car rebuild projects, especially his famous work on damaged supercars. While nothing has been confirmed, the idea alone has created a wave of discussion online. People are asking if this is just internet noise or if it points to something much bigger happening behind the scenes in the global car industry. What makes this story so interesting is not only the rumor itself, but the timing. The automotive world is changing very fast right now, especially with electric cars, new technology, and global competition between East and West. In this environment, even small partnerships or marketing moves can become very important. Matt Armstrong has built a huge audience by showing real car repairs, often working on very expensive and heavily damaged vehicles that most people would never try to fix. Because of this, he has become more than just a YouTuber. Many fans see him as a symbol of real mechanical skill and creative problem solving. The rumor suggests that Chinese companies might see him as a bridge to Western car fans. Even though there is no official proof of any deal, the story keeps growing because it fits into a bigger trend. China is expanding fast in the car industry, especially in electric vehicles, and Western companies are also trying to protect their position. So when people hear that a Chinese brand might be interested in a creator like Matt Armstrong, they connect it to this larger global competition. Whether true or not, the story shows how connected social media, car culture, and global business have become today to understand why this rumor became so popular. It helps to look at Matt Armstrong's background and why his work matters. He is known for taking crashed or broken supercars and rebuilding them step by step on his YouTube channel. Instead of just talking about cars, he actually shows the full process, including problems, failures, and solutions. One of his most famous projects involved a heavily damaged Bugatti, where he had to rebuild parts without full support from the original manufacturer. This created a lot of attention because most people assume luxury car brands would fully support repairs of their vehicles. However, in reality, access to parts and official help can sometimes be limited, especially for damaged or rebuilt cars. In the case of his Bugatti project, he faced many challenges, including difficulty getting official components and needing to find creative solutions using third-party parts or custom fabrication. This made his work even more interesting to viewers, because it showed how complex supercar repairs can be when factory support is missing. Over time, Matt Armstrong became known not just for entertainment, but also for demonstrating real engineering problem solving in a way that is easy to understand. His videos often show raw workshop work, cutting, welding, testing, and rebuilding. This style has helped him build a loyal audience of car fans who enjoy seeing real mechanical progress rather than polished marketing content. Because of this reputation, the idea that an automotive company might be interested in working with him does not seem completely impossible to some people. Even though there is no confirmed evidence of any official contact, the rumor has spread quickly because it connects his real-world influence with the growing power of the global car industry, especially in electric and technology-focused vehicles. At the same time, the global car industry is going through one of the biggest changes in its history. Traditional Western car companies in Europe and the United States are facing strong competition from China, especially in electric vehicles and manufacturing scale. Companies like BYD have grown extremely fast in recent years, producing millions of cars and becoming global leaders in electric mobility. This growth is not happening slowly. It is happening at a speed that many older car companies did not expect. At the same time, new Chinese brands are entering the market with advanced technology and lower prices, which puts pressure on established brands like Tesla, BMW, and others. The competition is not just about selling cars anymore. It is also about controlling technology, battery systems, and global supply chains. China has built a very strong manufacturing system that can produce cars and parts at a massive scale. This allows companies there to move quickly when demand increases. On the other side, Western companies often focus more on brand history, design, and performance heritage. This creates a clear difference in approach. Some Western manufacturers are more cautious and slow in changing their production systems, while Chinese companies are often faster and more aggressive in scaling new ideas. This difference is one reason why China has become such a powerful force in the electric vehicle market. It is not just about one company winning. It is about a full industry shift happening at the same time. Because of this, any connection between a Chinese automotive company and a popular Western car creator like Matt Armstrong feels more important than it might have been a few years ago. Even a simple marketing collaboration can be seen as part of a much larger global competition between different car-making systems. One of the biggest reasons China is now so important in the car world is the rapid rise of electric vehicle brands. Companies like Xiaomi, NIO, and XPeng are no longer just local brands. They are expanding into global markets and trying to compete directly with established Western companies. These brands are using advanced software, smart driving systems, and modern battery technology to attract buyers. In many cases, they're also offering lower prices compared to traditional luxury electric cars, which makes them even more competitive. Xiaomi, for example, is known for its strong technology ecosystem, and its move into cars shows how tech companies are merging with the automotive industry. NIO focuses on premium electric vehicles with battery swap technology, while XPeng emphasizes smart driving features and AI systems. Together, these companies represent a new wave of Chinese automotive innovation. The important thing is not just the cars themselves, but how fast these companies are growing and improving. In the past, Chinese cars were often seen as low-cost alternatives, but that image is changing quickly. Many modern Chinese electric vehicles now offer high-quality design, strong performance, and advanced technology features that can compete with global brands. This shift has created surprise in many Western markets, where consumers are still adjusting to the idea that Chinese cars can be serious competitors. Because of this rapid change, the idea of Chinese companies looking for global marketing figures, influencers, or creators to help build their image is not unusual. Someone like Matt Armstrong, who already has a large and trusted audience in the car community, becomes an interesting option for reaching Western viewers in a more direct and relatable way. Another important part of this story is how car culture and marketing are changing. In the past, car companies mainly used traditional advertising like TV commercials, auto shows, and magazine promotions. Today, however, social media creators and YouTube channels have become just as powerful, sometimes even more effective than traditional marketing. A creator like Matt Armstrong can show a real car rebuild process in detail, and millions of viewers can follow the journey step by step. This kind of content builds trust because it feels real and unfiltered. Viewers see problems, repairs, mistakes, and final results all in one place. For car companies, this is extremely valuable because it shows their products or related parts in real-life situations. If a brand from China wanted to enter Western markets more strongly, working with a creator like Matt Armstrong would make sense from a marketing point of view. Instead of spending large budgets on traditional ads, they could reach highly engaged audiences who already care about cars. Even if the current rumor is not confirmed, it reflects a real trend in modern marketing. Companies are starting to see YouTube creators as important partners in shaping brand image. This is especially true in the car industry, where passion and storytelling matter a lot. People do not just buy cars. They connect with stories about performance, repair, and engineering. That is why rebuild content is so powerful. It shows the life of a car beyond the showroom. In this context, the idea of Chinese brands paying attention to this space makes logical sense. They're trying to improve global recognition, and creators like Matt Armstrong already have the audience they want to reach. Whether or not any deal exists, the connection between car manufacturing and online storytelling is becoming stronger every year. The growing influence of Chinese automotive companies like BYD also adds weight to this entire discussion. These companies are not just producing cars. They are building full ecosystems that include batteries, software, and smart driving systems. BYD in particular has become one of the most successful electric vehicle makers in the world, producing millions of units and expanding into many global markets. This level of growth shows how serious China is about leading the future of transportation. At the same time, Western car brands are also trying to respond by improving their own electric vehicles and investing heavily in new technology. However, the speed of change from Chinese companies creates pressure. They can often develop and release new models faster, which gives them an advantage in a rapidly changing market. Because of this competition, marketing strategies are also becoming more aggressive and creative. Instead of only relying on car shows or dealerships, companies are looking for online influence, storytelling, and global exposure. A creator like Matt Armstrong fits into this new system because he represents real mechanical skill and has a strong connection with car enthusiasts. His audience trusts him because he shows real work, not scripted advertising. This is exactly the kind of trust that modern companies want when entering new markets. Even though the rumor about a direct deal is not confirmed, it highlights a bigger truth. The automotive industry is no longer just about building cars. It is also about controlling attention, culture, and online influence. In this new environment, creators, engineers, and companies are becoming more connected than ever before. In the end, the story about Matt Armstrong and Chinese automotive interest is less about whether the rumor is true and more about what it represents. It shows how fast the world of cars is changing and how different industries are now connected through social media. Whether or not any official deal exists, the idea reflects a real shift in how companies think about marketing and global expansion. Chinese brands like XPeng, NIO, and Xiaomi are all trying to grow internationally, while Western brands are working hard to protect their long-established positions. In the middle of all this sits a new kind of influencer economy, where creators like Matt Armstrong can shape opinions about cars just as much as traditional car companies. This is why the rumor gains so much attention. It connects business, technology, culture, and entertainment into one story. Even if the specific claim turns out to be false, the direction of the industry is very real. Cars are becoming more digital, more global, and more influenced by online communities. In the future, collaborations between car manufacturers and creators will likely become more common, not less. The automotive world is no longer controlled only by factories and showrooms. It is now also shaped by YouTube channels, online audiences, and viral stories. And in that world, someone like Matt Armstrong naturally becomes part of the conversation, whether through rumors, partnerships, or future collaborations that have not even been imagined yet. If we look deeper into why this kind of rumor spread so fast, it is not only about cars or business. It is also about how people consume information today. Online audiences are no longer passive viewers. They actively follow stories, connect small hints, and build full narratives out of incomplete information. In the case of Matt Armstrong and Chinese automotive companies, the rumor works because it connects several real-world trends into one simple story. You have a famous car builder who rebuilds supercars in a garage. You have global car brands fighting for attention. And you have China becoming a major force in electric vehicles. When you combine these elements, even without proof, the story feels believable to many people. This is how modern internet culture works. A small idea can grow quickly if it fits the bigger picture that people already believe. In this case, many viewers already think China is rising in the automotive world, and many also believe that YouTube creators now have serious influence. So when a rumor links both together, it spreads naturally. Even if no official announcement ever happens, the discussion itself becomes valuable because it reflects how people see the industry. Another reason this story spreads is because it has conflict built into it. It is not just about business. It is about competition between East and West, between old car companies and new electric brands, and between traditional media and online creators. Conflict always drives attention, and attention drives engagement. That is why this topic feels bigger than just one YouTuber. It becomes a symbol of change in the entire automotive world. One important part of this discussion is how Western car brands are responding to the rise of Chinese companies. For decades, brands like Ferrari, Lamborghini, and Bugatti have held a very strong position in the luxury and performance car market. They are known for heritage, craftsmanship, and exclusivity. However, the global market is changing. Electric vehicles and software-driven cars are becoming more important than traditional engine performance. This shift creates a challenge for old brands because their strengths do not always match new consumer expectations. At the same time, companies like BYD are expanding quickly and offering advanced electric systems at large scale. This puts pressure on established manufacturers to adapt faster than before. Some Western brands are investing heavily in electric platforms, while others are trying to protect their identity by focusing on luxury and limited production models. However, in the background, the influence of Chinese manufacturing and technology is growing. Even when Western brands design cars, many parts of the global supply chain still involve Chinese factories or materials. This makes the situation more interconnected than many people realize. It is not a simple competition between two sides. It is a complex system where both sides are linked in different ways. This is also why influencers like Matt Armstrong become relevant in this space. They are not part of traditional car manufacturing, but they influence how people think about cars. When audiences see a car being rebuilt from scratch, they understand the engineering challenges in a way that marketing brochures cannot explain. This kind of content shapes opinions, especially among younger viewers. So when companies look for ways to connect with these audiences, they naturally consider creators who already have trust and attention. Another key factor is how technology companies are entering the automotive space. This is especially visible in China, where tech giants are becoming car manufacturers. Companies like Xiaomi are a clear example of this trend. Xiaomi built its reputation on smartphones, smart devices, and connected technology, but now it is moving into electric vehicles with the same approach. This means cars are no longer just mechanical machines. They are becoming software platforms. Features like self-driving systems, smart navigation, and AI-based driving assistance are now central to vehicle design. Traditional car companies are also adapting, but tech companies often move